Alright, these are the 7 things that I can think of that I would ask every update hearing to be addressed. Every time, too. You don't just only get to ask it at the first update hearing. It's each one every 3 months that Judge Owsley has set up. The first, I think it's pretty obvious, is how I started out. The appeals process was asking him to recuse himself, and, well, he refused, obviously, and I forget the exact reasons why he refused, but that was one of the first things that my lawyer asked, but there was a timing issue. The details are a little fuzzy to me, but he finagled the process and said that if he recused himself at the time we asked, then I would not have gotten out of jail 4 days early. We would have had to wait for an interim judge to come in to decide, and that would have taken longer, and I wouldn't have gotten out of jail before the 30 days was up. But since then, we kind of been silent on asking him to recuse himself, and he can recuse himself at any time. We can ask him to recuse himself at any time. Failing that, then we move on to asking him to reduce the bail, which is I paid $1,500 bail to get out of jail with 4 days left, and I paid $1,500 for that. And then in the stipulation it said that I needed to get the court's permission to leave the state. So my lawyer emailed him and requested permission to leave the state, and that was granted over email and done over electronic communication. Reduce the fine in half. I have a fine of $411. So I would ask it to be more zero, but this is something that can be asked at every update hearing, because this is what the focus is $411. That's the fine. So the discussion is about the fine. So asking for it to be reduced every 3 months is well within the parameters of this update hearing. And once again, I could ask for the 3-month meeting to be held less frequently. So I asked that before, and I can ask it again in April. I would ask that we not have the in-person meetings to do the update hearings every 3 months, because we do have a technology that allows people to communicate beyond in-person, like back in the old days where people said meet under this certain tree to discuss important matters. We don't have that. We have technology to help, and it's incredible to me that this court refuses to acknowledge the technology that's available. I'd ask to reduce my 4 days of jail to less than 4 days of jail, because that is relevant too. That's from what I understand, in the court's jurisdiction. So that's a valid request. And then I would complain about the jail conditions, because who else do you complain to but the judge? And I would say that the meals, they're not meals. It's just like buying only food from the candy section at a store. 6 cookies and 3 slices of bologna at jail. It's a real bad situation. at this jail. It's you get ickiness and bad nutrients, how they have it set up there. And I mean, it's not something that is healthy for anyone. It's not going to rehabilitate. You give people poor nutrition, it doesn't rehabilitate them. And this is something that can be brought up in court, because it's very relevant to what is relevant to the process. And I mean, who else do you complain to? I can't quite think of anything else that should be brought up at these update hearings, because I mean this is an update on the status and as far as I believe, also a discussion about the all matters involved. So this this is what I think of. This is what I can think of at this time.